With another season under the belt, there's a lot that has happened for the Stranger Things cast, on-screen and off-screen, since the series premiered. Life has changed for each one in different ways since the cult favorite first came into our lives. And it only looks like the beginning for this cast of talent. Number 1. Millie Bobby Brown. Before she became 11, Millie Bobby Brown was about to give up her dream of acting. After some minor roles on Grey's Anatomy and Modern Family, and unsure if she would book another role, Millie was almost giving up when she auditioned for Stranger Things. 6 years later, Millie is producing and starring in dream projects like Enola Holmes and building her beauty brand Florence by Mills. It can be hard growing up in front of the world, and Millie has been candid about her struggles with anxiety.
I've struggled with anxiety for a while.
Brought on by her newfound fame. But it's not stopping her from living her dream. Number 2. Sadie Sink. Sadie worked with some big names in Hollywood before she joined the cast as Max Mayfield in Season 2. At 11, she debuted as Annie on Broadway, then performed with Helen Mirren in the audience, and worked with Elizabeth Moss and Naomi Watts on the film Chuck. A year before auditioning for Stranger Things, she decided to go back to school to live a normal life. That didn't last long at all. Now, Sadie's not-so-normal life includes starring in multiple projects, including Taylor Swift's short film, All Too Well, and transitioning into adulthood in the industry. Number 3. Finn Wolfhard. Finn's acting career started with a Craigslist ad for a music video, and from there, his love for film sets grew. Since starring in Stranger Things as Mike Wheeler, Finn has not stopped going. In 2017, he starred in It as Richie Tozier, and Trevor in Ghostbusters Afterlife. Finn is also lead singer and guitarist of the indie rock band The Aubreys, and released an EP in 2020 called Soda and Pie. In 2019, he was part of another band called Calpurnia, but the band dissolved later the same year. Number 4. Caleb McLaughlin. Lucas Sinclair may be an iconic character now, but Caleb McLaughlin is no stranger to taking on iconic roles. At just 10 years old, Caleb's first major acting gig was playing young Simba in Broadway's Lion King. Since then, Caleb has worked with Hollywood heartthrob Idris Elba on Concrete Cowboy, and is currently filming his next project, a Netflix horror flick called The Deliverance, directed by Lee Daniels, the creator of Empire. This is just the beginning for Caleb, who says, "I've done so many great things in my life, but there's still so much more to do." Number 5. Noah Schnapp. As a middle schooler, Noah Schnapp worked with Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg in Bridge of Spies, and voiced Charlie Brown in the Peanuts movie franchise. Acting hasn't been his only focus, with school being a priority. Even with a busy career, he balanced going to school with his work and was recently accepted into UPenn's Wharton School. He said, "I can always do acting and continue with that, but I'd also love to expand my knowledge elsewhere." Number 6. Gaten Matarazzo. Gaten basically grew up in the theater. One of his first major roles was Gavroche in Les Miserables at 11 years old. He got his first break on screen, a minor role in The Blacklist, the year before he became beloved by many as Dustin Henderson. Now, Gaten has a starring role in his first movie, a comedy called Honor Society, alongside Christopher Mintz-Plasse, aka McLovin. But even with his success on screen, the theater is calling him back as he joined the cast of Dear Evan Hansen as Jared Kleinman. Number 7. Winona Ryder. Before becoming Joyce Byers, aka Will's mom, Winona Ryder had a successful film career starring in Beetlejuice, Girl Interrupted, and Johnny Depp tattooing Winona Forever on his arm. Winona was an it girl of the industry, but even she recognizes the power of a series like Stranger Things and is more than fine with being known solely for her role as Will's mom. With the success of Stranger Things and it being her first series regular role, Winona is still working and recently starred in the thriller Gone in the Night. Number 8. Joe Keery. He may not have thought his character, Steve Harrington, would make it past Season 1, but with 4 seasons done, Joe and his hair have become fan favorites. Before Stranger Things, Joe was booking guest roles on his shows like Chicago Fire and Empire. Since fighting Demogorgons, Joe has starred in movies with Ryan Reynolds, Idris Elba, and Jessica Chastain, and is working on a new action flick with Liam Neeson. Joe's music career is taking off too, and recently released his first solo track, Changes, under his artist pseudonym, DJO. Number 9. Natalia Dyer. In 2009, Natalia got her first film role in Hannah Montana, the movie. And from there, she's been consistently working. Her next starring role after Nancy Wheeler was in the short film Yes, God, Yes, and was in Things Heard and Seen with Amanda Seyfried. Now she's starring in the upcoming horror film All Fun and Games with fellow Netflix stars Asa Butterfield and Keith David. But you could say the biggest change in her life, brought on by the success of Stranger Things, is her relationship with her co-star, Charlie Heaton. Number 10. Charlie Heaton. Before winning over the hearts of millions as Jonathan Byers, Charlie Heaton was pursuing a career in music, and only seriously started pursuing acting as a means to pay the bills when he became a father in 2014. After booking small roles on local British shows like Casualty and DCI Banks, he landed Stranger Things. Soon after, his on-screen romance became his off-screen romance with Natalia Dyer and is still going strong. Number 11. Maya Hawke. The daughter of film stars Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke, you'd think her acting career would have started early. But according to Maya, it was because they wanted her to develop her own passion for it. Once she did, she debuted in Little Women in 2017, and since then has appeared in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Mainstream with Andrew Garfield. Now she has a number of projects in the works, including a movie with her mom. But like many of her co-stars, Maya's music career is also progressing, and she's working on her second album, Moss. Number 12. David Harbour. On the verge of giving up his dream of being successful enough to be on a talk show and not making enough to pay the bills, becoming Jim Hopper changed David Harbour's life in so many ways. Now he has appeared on multiple late-night talk shows and has had multiple starring roles, including his most recent role in Marvel's Black Widow. One thing Hopper is giving up is losing lots of weight for a role like he did for Season 4 Hopper. He says, "I love the idea of real bodies on television, and I love the idea of making real people feel beautiful and loved." Number 13. Joseph Quinn. Only one season in and already Joseph Quinn's character Eddie Munson is a fan favorite. So much so that all the love he's been receiving since joining the cast brought him to tears. I mean, Doja Cat publicly feuded with Noah Schnapp for revealing her crush on him.
Shared information that I didn't feel comfortable with him sharing.
Though Joseph has booked roles on TV series, including Game of Thrones, none of them had quite the impact as Eddie. It's only the beginning for Joseph, as he's already wrapped on his starring role in his first independent film called Horde. Number 14. Brett Gelman. Brett Gelman has been popping up on TV as an actor and writer since the late 90s. He's appeared on hit shows like The Office in 2012. His first major breakout role was in the critically acclaimed series Fleabag as Martin. Now he's booked multiple starring roles, but most recently he's booked a starring role in a comedic drama series called Entitled. Number 15. Eduardo Franco. One of the newest additions to the cast, Eduardo's character Argyle wasn't the character he auditioned for. It was Eddie, but it's not too far from the characters he's played in the past. He got his first big break on Netflix's American Vandal, where he played Spencer Diaz, and then in the award-winning film Booksmart as Theo. Now following his Stranger Things success, Eduardo is starring in the TV movie Masters of Doom and performing with his band, DBWI. Number 16. Priah Ferguson. Priah joined the cast at just 9 years old, but it wasn't her first major on-screen appearance. She appeared in the show Atlanta, but being Erica Sinclair has been her major breakout role. While quickly becoming a fan favorite and series regular, Priah still kept up with other TV and film projects, including a role on The Oath, starring Baron Holtz and Tiffany Haddish. She also recently got certified as a lash tech, while also running her content creation company Bold Honey. If that's not enough, she also willingly attends public school and is on the JV cheer squad. Number 17. Dacre Montgomery. Billy Hargrove may have been slow to love, but since taking on the role, Dacre's career has been quite the opposite. Before he was cast in the Netflix original, Dacre was booking small roles and attending school at the WA Academy of Performing Arts. He booked his first major role in 2015 as Red Ranger in Power Rangers. Since becoming Billy, Dacre has starred in the rom-com The Broken Hearts Gallery, and most recently appears as Steve Binder in Baz Luhrmann's Elvis. Number 18. Jamie Campbell Bower. Before he was Vecna, Jamie Campbell Bower's big break was in 2007 when he played Anthony alongside Johnny Depp in Sweeney Todd. From there, he joined the Twilight Saga as Caius, one of the Volturi, and played the young Gilbert Grindelwald in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, and Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Whether Jamie will be back for Season 5 is uncertain, but in the meantime, he's keeping busy with his music career as a solo artist and starring in the horror flick True Haunting, which is based on true events. Number 19. Cara Buono. Cara Buono has had a long career spanning decades of TV appearances and made-for-movie TVs. Her first big break was as Edith Banner in Hulk, and on hit TV series The Sopranos as Kelly Moltisanti, and Mad Men as Faye Miller. Since playing Karen Wheeler, she starred in Supergirl and the miniseries based on the true story, The Girl from Plainville. Number 20. Matthew Modine. Now he's known as Papa, but before Matthew Modine had been working in the industry consistently since the 80s. You may recognize him as Foley from The Dark Knight Rises, or even as Private Joker in Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket. Either way, Matthew has been booked and busy before Stranger Things, and is still busy after with a few films in the works, including a starring role in Andrew Baldwin's new action thriller, Retribution. A lot has changed for the Stranger Things cast in the last 6 years, and most of it is learning to deal with being stars of a new cult favorite. What do you think the next 6 years will look like for the cast? Let us know your predictions in the comments below, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to The Things Celebrity for more on your favorite celebs.